Hello, hello. My name is Rachel Silber. I am an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator. I am Mozart's mom. And I'm here to just invite you to begin to include your body in your life, in your living, in your choices, in everything else. We tend to forget that our body is actually extremely conscious. Generally, we force it into doing anything and everything for us, including die for our points of view, rather than recognize that our body is probably a hell of a lot more aware than we are. Our body is like, a horse or a dog or any other animal that's not cooped up and prevented from moving around will generally go away before a big storm occurs or something else big happens. They'll take off. They don't necessarily want to be around in all the trauma and drama and everything else that the rest of the stupid humans do, like walking up to the beach and taking pictures of big waves rather than saying, a storm coming, let me head out the other direction. Well, your body is actually aware, but it's so kind to you that it will do anything and everything that you are asking it to do. Now, this is very, very interesting because we live in an ask and you shall receive kind of universe. You ask for something and then it begins to show up. Whether it's molecules of the universe that are magically bringing it into your life, or it is your body bending over, folding itself, contorting to please you and your points of view. So if you have a point of view that something's going to be fattening, or something's going to be bad, or something's going to be dangerous, or something's going to be difficult, well, guess what? Your point of view creates your reality. So anything that you think, anything that you project, anything that you expect is what you will receive. And asking could be done as a question. It could also be when you complain, when you argue about something, when you're in this like, well, you know what? The universe doesn't pick up on, oh no, this isn't really what I asked for. It'll just work on your behalf, whatever it is that you're asking for. So take something like the fear of spread of viruses right now. I'm not saying that nobody gets sick or that we won't necessarily get sick, but look at how much fear is in everybody else's universe about what is going to happen, the risks, the scare factors. They say in the news, if it doesn't bleed, it doesn't lead. So how much fear mongering is there around us, and how much of that is directed at us and we're directing at our own bodies, or other people, beings, organizations, etc., governments are directing at us to expect all of this quote unquote bad stuff to happen to us. Well, nothing happens without your aligning and agreeing or resisting and reacting to something. So first and foremost, would you be willing to let all of that go? Cool. Destroy and uncreate it all the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, rejections, conclusions, decisions, anything and everything that has already been directed at you or that you've aligned and agreed with or resisted and reacted to. Right, wrong, good and bad, pub and pub, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Whose lies, what lies, and how many lies are we using to create even more massive fear that we're directing in our bodies, just as a way to shut down, or as a way to check out, or as a way to prevent ourselves from being everything that we can be. So everywhere we're buying somebody else's lies as more true and real than what our own bodies know. We destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Our body is not going to go against itself willingly. Okay? Not of its own accord. A body is not going to fight itself. Okay? A body is not going to turn against itself. A body will make you happy. And if you have a point of view that your body has to act or react in a particular way, your body will do whatever it is that you're asking for. Anyway, that's what happens when you have such an amazing friend. So our body, our buddy, is an awareness of awareness unit. It is giving us information about the world around us. And how often do we actually include our body in our life, in our living? It's our body that eats. It's our body that drinks. It's our body that moves. It's our body that wears clothes or has sex or sits on a seat in a particular flight or chooses which way to turn, right or left, when you step out of a place. Okay? What if we would begin to listen to our body more, to include our body more, to ask our body more, and not operate so much from our heads? The way we, think and try to work things out, we're going into stories of the past and reasons and justifications into trying to figure things out. And what if our body is actually here to give us information about the world around us? Just so you know, our body picked out this amazing place to be in. And I had started this video earlier. We were on Russell, which is the opposite side of the peninsula over there. But since we were going on a cruise, the internet connection broke off, but it was really fun to record on the beach anyway. Okay, so back to bodies. What if our body is much wiser than we've ever acknowledged, we've ever been willing to even accept, and is much more willing to contribute to us than we've ever allowed it to? So everything that doesn't allow us to receive the gift of our body and to be a contribution to our body as well. We destroyed and created all things. Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, podpoc, shorts, boys and beyonds. By the way, if you've never heard those strange words before, they're the clearing statement of access consciousness. And you can find out more beautiful explanation by Dr. Dana here at www.theclearingstatement.com. So, back to what our body knows. So what if we begin to actually include our body? What if we ask our body about everything? Would we like to go on a particular trip? Would we like to go to a party? What if we didn't just go to our heads? We actually asked if we choose to go to this, if we choose to go on this trip, if we choose to go to this party, what will my life be like in 5 years? Will it create my future or decay my future? I even love to ask, what will the world be like in 5 years or 10 years or 50 years or 100 years if I choose this? And what would it be like? What would my life, what would the world be like in 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, 500 years if I don't choose this? And then I can begin to follow something that's just so beautiful. The truth will always make you feel lighter, and something that's not true for you will lie for you. Something that's not for you will make you feel more contracted, more tight, more tense, small. And you can even just ask, yes, no, yes, no. What's lighter? What's more expansive? What's putting a smile on over here? And choose that. Okay? So what if that's an internal GPS? And what if we begin to follow that, given all the information that we have? So we can ask a question, hey body, what would you like to eat? What's something on the menu will light you up? Something will just, you'll be enthused. You open up a menu and that's the thing that pops up. Or you walk in a store and there's a particular supplement or vitamin or something that just catches your eye and lights you up. That's for you. And the other stuff? So when you listen to the news and you listen to all the bad news about things, do you feel light and joyful and relieved? That sigh of relief. Or are you more tense and more stressed and more upset? So the truth will always make you feel lighter, and a lie will always make you feel tense and intense, heavy. You choose what's going to work for you. Now, there's certain things that, different people will say, no, you can't travel to this place, or you can't travel to the other place. Depends a lot on what it is that you'd like to create with your life. So I'm in New Zealand right now. I was in Israel last week, I guess. Yeah, last week. I saw. Yeah, definitely. Last week, then went through New York, then went to Houston, then went to New Zealand. And next week, I'm scheduled to go to Rome. Actually, not next week. Week after next. I'm following the energy. What does that mean, following the energy? I'm going to keep choosing what's light. So technically, I'm planning to go to Italy. I have a ticket. I have a place. I have no idea what's going to be happening there. But I could function from fear. I could function from tenseness. And I could struggle with everything in my life and with my body. Or I could ask, body, what do we know? What's going to create more lightness here? What's going to create more ease? It's a really fantastic tool in Access Consciousness. It's the mantra of Access, and it's so beautiful. It's one of my favorite things to sing when I wake up in the morning. And that's all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Notice that's all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Not, oh, just the pretty pink parts, just the little sparkly things. No, it's everything. Even the stuff, even if you get sick, even if you happen to bump a car as you cross the road, even if you trip and smack yourself and tear your jeans up, or whatever the case is. What's right about this that you're not getting? What is the gift? If we didn't live trying to resist everything so much, how much more ease would we have in our lives? How much more fluidity would there be? How much more receptivity? If you're willing to receive, that's receiving everything, with no point of view about what it has to look like or how it has to be specifically. It could show up in so many different ways. And some of the greatest gifts that you'll see later on in life may not look like such gifts at the moment. I can tell you, I was divorced when I was in my very early 20s. And at the time, it felt like my heart was being pulled out of my chest and ripped into a million pieces, and my life would be over. But if you ask me about it now, I tell you it's one of the best things that ever happened. And it's one of the greatest gifts, because I was able to pass something and move into a totally different world of possibilities. So in everything that we've judged to be a problem, we've judged it, we've concluded it to being a problem. We've determined that it's that. And remember, if our point of view creates our reality, it can't show up as anything other than a problem if we've decided that it's a problem. When you watch the news, or when you're being told about tests or about experiences, or tests, whether they're school tests, because I'm targeting this to some of my son's friends as well. So whatever it is that someone has determined has to show up in a particular way, can't show up as anything different than what it is that we've already decided it has to be. If we've decided that someone's a jerk and we just can't stand them, and this is the way they always act, is there any room for them to be any different? If we've decided that the disease is dangerous and that it's terrible and that it's bad and, for sure you're going to die of it if you happen to, cross the border into Italy. Truth, could it be any different? Could any other possibility show up in your world? Or only what you've determined is going to be, would be? That kind of sounds funny. Whatever will be, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. It's not so much that whatever will be, it's that you've already determined. You've predetermined. You've assumed. You have made an ass out of you and me, and that's the only thing that can show up. But that's so sad. Why would you only have that show up? What about all the other possibilities? I mean, the last few days in New Zealand, I don't know, maybe I just got some long sleeve shirts, black and white, but everything is like black and white on me the last few days. And it's really funny because it's this right or wrong, black or white, this or that. What about the whole spectrum of possibilities that are there? All the other colors of possibilities, the colors of the rainbow. What else is available? That if we'd be willing to perceive it, receive it, play with it, have it, notice it, celebrate it, would open the door to so much more. What is there beyond our points of view if we're willing to actually explore that? And that's fantastic for you, whether it's, you know, with tests, with friends, with relatives, with bodies. So in this particular video that is going well over what I thought it would go, I wanted to speak to you about the virus, about coronavirus. Well, not so much about coronavirus, but because of all the scaremongering with the coronavirus, what if you begin to speak to your body and ask it what it knows? What it would like to experience, and how much ease it could have transforming everything around it for its well-being. So what if when you do go sip, I've got some lovely tea with Manuka honey. I love honey in my tea. And I actually asked my body and it really enjoyed this. The last few days, I've been drinking something called feijoa. First time for me, I've never had that kind of fruit. Feijoa soda, feijoa smoothies, feijoa whatever. Turns out when I looked up what on earth is this thing, it's I'm not even sure how to describe it. It is a green fruit. It's not one, it's got a very distinctive fragrance, and it's apparently very high in vitamin C. I had no idea. I would just look at the menu, you know, and I'd ask my body, what would you like? Ooh, feijoa apple, feijoa apple, feijoa apple. So that's what I would have. Smoothies, juices, all sorts of things. It was feijoa apple. I even tried this little chocolate truffle thing that had feijoa in it too. Apparently it's very high in vitamin C and is an immune builder. But I didn't go for it because somebody said, ooh, that's healthy, that's going to be good. No, I just asked my body. Notice, asked my body. Body, what is it that you'd like to have? Body, what is it that you'd like to enjoy? Body, what's going to create greater ease for you? And I'm willing to choose it with no point of view about if, what, when, where, how. I'm just willing to have it. Are you? So what if you begin to include your body? What if you begin to ask? What if you begin to play with that? Just, hey body, what do you know about this? Hey body, how much ease could we have in this public place? Hey body, we're going on a flight. We could be fear-based and practically create all the trauma and drama and sickness and everything else in our body. I'm not saying I never get sick. I hardly ever do. Speaking of which, hardly ever getting sick. Periodically I do. But if I do, it lasts so quickly because I don't have a point of view that there's anything wrong. I have a point of view of, hey body, what is this? What can we do with this? Can we change it? If so, how can we change it? Are we healing somebody else? Is something going on? Is there something you require of me? Would you like me to get more sleep? I'll gladly get more sleep. Oh, it is starting to drip in here. But so far it's still very light, so I might stay on the balcony. If not, I'll go in. I just like the sound of the waves. But I ask my body, what is it that we can do with this? It's not automatically a wrongness. It's something. What is it? What can we do with it? Can we change it? And if so, how? Body, what would you like? Would you like to move a particular way? I'm going to have to take this inside. Let me see if I can pause and restart. Okay, I think I closed the previous recording rather than just paused it. Anyway, so asking the body what it is that's going on with it, what it is that it would like, what contribution we could be to it makes a huge, huge difference. Another thing that I really, really love doing, and it's something that I ask my body to turn on generally once a day, sometimes more, sometimes less, but my body really, really enjoys it. I particularly like it when it's run by other people, but I'll ask my body to run in itself an energy that activates it, that keeps energy flowing through it, that allows this receiving and contributing this flow in it. Actually, two things I'm going to say. One is called the thymus exercise. Okay, so thymus exercise is brilliant. If you have your bars run, the thymus exercise is what's done as part of the energy pool. It activates the thymus, which is here, and you're asking energy to flow. So currently I was sitting cross-legged, but I'm putting my feet down. So I'm asking energy to go through everywhere in the universe, up my legs, up my body, up past my hips, up and out the top of my head. Okay? And at the same time that I'm doing that, I'm asking this to flow up, and pulling energy from everywhere and out and up the top of my head. I'm asking for energy to flow from everywhere in the universe, go in through my head, flow down, obviously activating my thymus. It is going down past my thymus, down, 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 down through my whole body and out my legs. Yeah. So currently, there's one way, there's another way. Okay. I've got this flow. It's like the ABCs, always being connected and keeping this flow going. And at the same time that this energy is going up and then this energy is flowing down, I'm actually inviting energy to come in through my hands, crossing over and flowing down the opposite leg, coming in and flowing down the opposite leg, and as well coming in. And I like to have it go up and out the top of my head as well. So when you activate the thymus exercise, you are changing from having a body of constriction, having a body of solidity, having this tightness in your body, to inviting the energy to flow. Now, when there's something that's flowing, movement is far, far easier. Movement is far easier. Change is far, far easier. There's nothing that's solid and real and dense and tense there. So I wonder, what would that do when you're, I don't know, feeling sluggish in the morning or even a bit under the weather? What can that change when you're allowing a flow? Would there be anything that moves and shifts and changes? I wonder. And another thing I love to do is turn on the energy called MTVSS. I'm not going to go into a full blown out explanation of MTVSS and all the rest. For that, you could go to a 3-day body class, an Access Consciousness Foundation class, etc. But I will say that you can ask your body to turn on the energies of MTVSS and all the rest in your own body, just activating it at will. When you're exercising, when you're walking, when you're sitting on an airplane surrounded by people who are coughing, or anything else. Just turn on MTVSS and all the rest. Our bodies love this stuff. Animals' bodies love this stuff. And there's a particular way that we run it on the immune system points. There are different immune activations for different things. You'd learn about those in a class. However, to begin to boost your immune system, if you put doing this to somebody else, because it's kind of not that effective to touch yourself. I mean, yes, you can touch yourself, different thing, different way. You can have a lot of fun with that. But with MTVSS, it's much nicer if somebody else can touch you. Bodies enjoy being touched. And there's a lot of shifting and changing when somebody is willing to touch one another. So touch another person, I mean. So we put a hand on a third eye and a hand on the thymus, and we begin to run. This is position 1, okay? MTVSS and all the rest. We ask for that energy, and then we can use that clearing statement that I was using earlier from www.theclearingstatement.com. So I run MTVSS and all the rest. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. MTVSS and all the rest. MTVSS and all the rest. MTVSS and all the rest. I just love to say that really quickly because, hey, it's kind of fun. Line, pod, pod, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Humor also changes things. Laugh more and you'd be healthier, you know, because things just don't stick as much. Anyway, MTVSS and all the rest, third eye and thymus. That's one position. So for a few minutes, until the energy stops or slows down. Sometimes it's 10 minutes in a hand position. Sometimes it's longer, you know, up to you. If you're doing this to kids, it would be shorter. Okay, second hand position. Right here. So we have the liver and the spleen right over here. One hand on one hand on the other, and again, MTVSS and all the rest. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9, shorts, boys and beyonds. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pod, poc, shorts, boys and beyonds. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pod, poc, shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh, yummy, my body's enjoying this just as we speak. And then the third hand position, and you'd be going back here, okay, right here. Opposite side of your liver and spleen, on the other side, you have your kidneys, and you put the hands over there as well, and you run MTVSS and all the rest, right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pod, poc, shorts, boys and beyonds. If you are grabbing a let's boost our immunity buddy, or a friend, or a, you know, relative, whatever, you can do this for like 10 minutes or so per position. Remember this one, and then the hands in the back on the kidneys. Something like a half an hour. And if you do this every day, you know, you could really boost someone's immune system function. And the more your body is aware of this energy, the more it gets turned on in it, the more ease you have with pretty much anything. So I've been involved with the Access Consciousness tools and Access as part of my life since 2011. And I can't even count on one hand how many times, I think maybe once, perhaps, that I was quote unquote sick for any length of time, and even that, not so much. And I may have something where I get a fever or something else, but it goes away so quickly because I don't resist it, and I support my body with what is going to work for my body. If my body would like orange juice, I'll drink it. If my body would like Coke, I'll drink it. I'll ask. And I will choose whatever is going to create ease for my body at that point in time or with that situation. And there you have it. It's a basic tool. This isn't, you know, instead of anything medical. It is to get you in tune with and aware of your body, because your body has such innate wisdom and such awareness of what it would like. All you got to do is actually ask a question and begin to follow the energy and see what is going to work for it. So how much more ease can you have with everything that's going on in the world? What if all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory? And how much more fun can you have beginning to learn with your body? I wonder. Have fun. I hope to see you soon.